Don't be misled by the title. I know. The Vikings game is done and over, and you're like, I'm ready on to the next game. But we're gonna analyze. We're gonna analyze what happened in this game and project it into the future. Let's look at the analytics. What's up, it's your boy Centron coming back at you with another analysis video. And I kid you not, it's the real name. I just said that, man. Anyways, it's in the title. Freak. Anyways, Eagles snap count analysis, week 2 versus the Vikings. So we're going to look at who played, how long, how much, how that might protract over the coming weeks as well as into the future, and take away the positives and negatives from them playing, not playing, and what would be best for the team. Yeah. Bang, bang play. I know. All right, quarterback. This one doesn't even need to be talked about. We're not turning to the other guy. And we're definitely not turning to the third stringer. He's the guy. He needs to play better? Sure. The offense needs to be coached better? The offense needs to be coached better? Sure. But live or die with Jalen Hurts? That is what we're going with. But this was what I found interesting. His EPA, expected points added, wasn't very good. When you take away the outliers, the turnover, explosive play, just, was he effective back there when he dropped back to pass on all the other plays? And the answer was no. This is why they got to put him in, positions to succeed. And I'll get into that hopefully tomorrow when I analyze the plays themselves and how things can be different, how they can strategize. I'm not an offensive genius or anything like that, but I just analyze and have pretty good. I have a pretty good skill in my hands. So, anyways, we'll take a look at that. That's tomorrow. But he didn't pass the eye test. It's not surprising. We're still trying to gel. We'll see what shakes out. But yeah, definitely going into this next game, if we are not able to get something going or get better synchronicity, be better synced on offense, going into this next matchup, people are gonna flip the little panic button and start really getting comfortable touching the surface of it. So it just is what it is. All right, 58 snaps for DeAndre Swift, and like I said, that was by necessity. Like yesterday, talked about that. Boston Scott went out with a concussion, so we only have DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny at the moment who are healthy. Will we add someone else? We waived Trey Sermon. I don't know, to be honest, but yeah, rightfully so. They gave Swift credit. He was seeing things that we haven't seen a back like that. See things since Shady was that shifty in the backfield. In particular, that I think 2013 snow game where he rushed for 200 yards on 20 carries. It was like a 10 yards a pop, something like that. It was ridiculous. But DeAndre Swift was the man. I don't think he'll ever get 28 touches again in this offense. Like I said, that was by necessity. We needed him, and we linked on him. And we didn't, for whatever reason, trust Rashad Penny. I don't know if it's practice, just the fact that he's his own back. We just don't prefer to have him back there toting the rock. And yeah, I get he runs, straight ahead, and is less shifty than a guy like DeAndre Swift. But the guy is talented, man. He has the higher yards per carry. Well, at least going to his game. I don't know about afterwards. Yards per carry on his career versus Swift. Swift is at 5.5, and Penny's at 6 or something like that, I think. But you could definitely say I definitely know it's higher, even if it's just a couple ticks or so. But man, what he showcased, being able to make something out of nothing on some plays where he should have been stopped at the line, and he's a 5'9", 215 guy, so he's solidly built, and he runs behind his pads and keeps going for extra yardage. I noticed that it was clear to see, obviously, but on several plays, and just positive. We haven't had a back that doesn't dance around and east west and gets north and south quick, for a while. That one that's been consistent with it. Miles is just too what is it, latitude? Happy. Yeah, get the longitude, baby. I hope I'm using those correctly. It's been a while since I've been in geography. But anyways, I wanted him to get more snaps, but the more the game went on, the more they fed Swift, the more effective he got, seemingly. So you go with the hot hand. I mean, they said there was something that they were going to do going into the season, and I'm glad they stuck to it. And I'm glad that, Lane Johnson and the other hog bodies up front, like Jason Kelsey, were keep the running game going. So nothing wrong with that at all. Like you said, the running game, actually the passing game, there's an argument to be made that we should heavily lean towards having the passing game be a branch off of the running game. Establish the run game first, and then sprinkle in the pass, and then you can go a little pass heavy. Not, don't want to get too crazy, giving these guys to go with Nick Sirianni, because they will pass every down if you let them. All right, wide receiver. We're not looking so much at these snaps, but Kwesi went out with the injury. He's re-aggravated that hamstring injury. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same one, but that just doesn't bode well, because we're already super thin at wide receiver, with us having basically 4 guys that could start for us, and then we can miss one of out of the 2, Devontae or AJ Brown. But even that would be a big, drop off for our offense. But with both of them out, man, it would, this offense would diametrically, change. But yeah, Olamide playing in there, he didn't get any targets, which is I wanted them to, have somebody really test the edges of that defense, and test the depth of it, to break through those routes. We'll get into that a little bit tomorrow, like I said. But analyzing what could have been effective and what they should be doing, because we should be having our receivers run option routes. I just really don't get that. When it could be a very good weapon for us to win when defense creates problems for us. I mean, I get we don't want too much independent free thinking, but it's a two-way go. Whatever, if you see this, do this. If you see zone. Yeah, and it have guys play off, but I'm doing too much about towards tomorrow's video. But yeah, it's concerning the way that we've been designing things up until now, because we've been playing within the confines of defense's hands. All right, Dallas Goedert and Jack Stahl. I mean, no surprise here, but Goddard. I mean, they gave him 7 targets, so it wasn't a lack of targets. It was the quality of the targets. What kind of routes were you giving him? Just staples, or were you actually designing plays that were designed specifically for him? And I get this young in the season, early in the season. Maybe you don't want to show, not maybe you don't want to show too much, but you gotta do something, man. It just being inept on offense like that just is not where it's at. It's not gonna fly. We know that later in the season, especially, we're maybe counting on us gelling and getting this preseason funk off of us, because we're basically in the preseason right now. Offensive line, I think they played better. Definitely, they played more cohesive as a unit, but they excel at running, run blocking. So why not lean into their talents? Like I said, those guys, Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson, were motioning to the sidelines. Hey, what you guys are talking about? Let's keep the running game going, and rightfully so they did. Without the run game, we don't win that game a couple days ago. So, I would still give them very good flying marks, and Jalen has to get used to the way that teams are scheming up blocks towards him, not blocks, scheming up pass rushes towards him. Like, for example, the DNs playing more contained, more solidly, and not really really hell bent on not breaking it. This year, at least as far as the first 2 games go. Edge defenders. Man, this guy, he was so effective yesterday, just couldn't be contained. And like some people say, the forgotten man, we have a Hassan Reddick. You have the guys in the middle. You have Brandon Graham coming out the edge. You can't forget about Sweaty, man. He had, a sack yesterday, and he was destroying that protection, and especially when the left tackle went out, and then the backup came out, and he made him blow out his knee. Then they had a backup to the backup to the backup. Backup to the backup. And yeah, he wasn't able to do anything either. So, and the only reason you see this guy getting more snaps than this guy is because he knows he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. This guy doesn't. Because Derek, he looked lost out there. He just looked like he was just a drag out there. Just standing there, at a standstill, not doing anything to affect the play. And then attacking when he should be staying back, and then looking confused at what he should do when the offense is coming his way. So just a liability out there, man. But the interior, these guys here, oh my goodness, man, the pass rush was monstrous. And yeah, I get it, the Vikings line, especially the interior, was compromised, but That being said, they didn't play down to the competition, especially this guy here. Hard to believe he only played 17 snaps with the effect he had on that offense. He had another sack, a whole one this time, and he just this monstrous play here where he pushed this guy back in the curve, made him stumble. So just incredible, man. So he shows a bull rush on this one, and he like swims on this one. Just incredible, man. The growth he's had from year 1 and 2, exactly what we needed. And yeah, his star is gonna be shining bright for the foreseeable future. But already that future piece of it is here, and man, it's exciting to see. But yeah, not really seeing much from like these guys. He should be getting. So I mean, like, well, I like that he has outside inside versatility, and that's one thing I think that gave him the edge over someone like Moro Ojomo, who's slap rookie. He's fresh out there. The linebackers, this guy, he didn't surprise, but he played more towards his potential, and taking majority of the snaps. He went from practice squad to wearing the green dots, being the irreplaceable starter, you can say, on our defense. And Zach Cunningham, he was all over the place as well in the backfield and stopping some screen plays and such. So solid linebacker play yesterday, man. Or not yesterday, sorry, a couple days ago. And Christian Ellis didn't see the field, so these guys were fighting him off. He's a talented guy, but he needs a couple more seasons of seasoning. But Morrow, played more towards the side where you can see why we were he was sought after and we wanted him on this defense in the off season. But yeah, man, I like that. He was active, man. He was active. He was aware. He recovered a fumble, crucial for us last night. Or sorry, a couple days ago. I keep saying last night. Cornerback and safety, man. This guy, he half and half. In some parts he held his own, and others he didn't. He did his job. He just was handicapped by the trappings of the defense. But Josh Jobe, you definitely would feel comfortable with him moving forward if he has to go out there and play. And Justin Evans, he's still acclimating, but he looked better this game than he did last. And Terrell Evans, I don't know. I'm a big supporter of his. I thought he should have been starting over Justin Evans, but I'd have to go and look at the film. I don't know. I can't just blindly say he did well, but I have to feel that he did, not just because of the forced fumble, but I feel like he wasn't a liability, but he didn't make too many special plays outside of that one. But I feel like he didn't put us in bad position either. But that's just my feeling. So I didn't see him out there getting exposed too often. But I'm sure he did get some catches caught on him or whatever. But I don't know. I just think he's a steady hand, and we definitely are looking to upgrade over him. But I think for this year he's good enough. Mario Goodrich, baptism by fire, because he had to cover Justin Jefferson, but what better experience to get than go against one of the best, if not the best receivers moving forward. Maybe you might feel comfortable with him settling in, because this guy, I'm mad that we didn't pick up a legit starter behind him, because he's out again this year. We can't depend on him, and I don't even know. I think he has another year in his contract, and it's just or this might be the last year, one of the two. But why would you depend on him when he's shown that he doesn't have the best availability? C.D. Brown getting 4 snaps, didn't even notice, but I'm guessing it was when Terrell Edmonds wasn't in. Don't know if that was, it wasn't by injury, because of injury. I think it was by design, but they weren't noticeable, so you can say that's a good thing or a bad thing. And these guys, I don't even know when the hell. But yeah, man, like let's go back over and see if there's anybody. Let's just project. He should be the starter moving forward, and he should sprinkle in snaps. I think you should give him some, but I think it'll be Gainwell, because for whatever reason we favor him, and I think it should be Rashad Penny, and I have to use him heavily, but he's a bigger back, and we can bang on people, lean on people. Pause. No corruption in those. It's what we should be doing with that offense, and especially the offensive line that we have. I want to see more, of this guy getting some chances, because in lieu of Quez, who's going to be out for maybe like 3 or 4 games, could be while he lets that hammy get some rest. But I think he can bring some positives to his offense. He's an explosive guy. Be interesting to see if he's a more of the same afterthought, or he's given a somewhat of an incremental role. And I don't think he'll ever be given a pivotal role. That's just the wide receiver 3 in this offense. But he could be playing a bigger part. Especially, I would let him do special teams, punt return, and Covey, who actually fumbled on punt return. And these guys, they just don't factor in right now. We're trying to get comfortable. We don't even have the space to make use of them like we did last year when Goddard was out. But that's going to be it for today, man. We're going to get into some, hopefully, film study tomorrow. But anyways, you're not even watching, though. But it's all good. I love talking about the Eagles. Love making these videos. So we're going to get up out of here. But as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly. And let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.